Well, Billy, looks like you're wrong about this one tonight.
Yeah. Um, yeah, man, listen, I got so many things going on over here, man. Lots of people are very upset, and they're sharing the same sentiments that I feel right now. Uh, Walt, so apparently, from what I'm gathering here, the Mavericks, they are similar to the U.S. government.
Oh
From what
no!
Yeah,
Oh no!
and because we love the people of this country so much, we provide types of assistance and government assistance. And so, tonight it's being said that the Mavs were similar to the government and giving away games, not cheese, not WIC, not nutrition assistance. We're giving away basketball games. Walt, I am very, very disappointed, very
In the
upset about
Mavs?
what I just saw. Yes, I am very disappointed about what I just saw from our Dallas Mavericks tonight. Simply because, Walt, the game was in their hands. It was won. In the third quarter, I didn't put it out on Twitter or anything because I know how we are. But in the third quarter, I felt very confident. This team is playing the right way. Wes Iwundu is playing well defensively. Josh Richardson is playing well defensively. We're going to do what we got to do. We're going to win this basketball game. And sure
You
enough,
felt it.
yeah, I felt it. I had a good feeling we were going to win this basketball game. And then sure enough, the Mavericks just said, oh, no, to hell with that. Let's go ahead and find a way to lose this. And that's exactly what they did, man. Just absolute pathetic rebounding. Whoa, I cannot say it enough. When does this
No
team
rebound.
understand?
The no rebound clock.
Started promptly at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. I do not understand why the Mavericks, they can't rebound. I understand that there's going to be offensive rebounds within the game. But for a team like Portland that shoots as many threes as they do, how is it that they're just killing us on the offensive glass? I don't with their guards. We're not talking about what's that, Ennis Cantor. I mean, he had his fair share of those, but Jesus, the guards are getting offensive rebounds, second shots, and they're a good offensive team, man. When you give them extra shots and you're out of rotation scrambling, guys are going to get open looks. They hit them and they won the basketball game. That's what happened. And it's very embarrassing to me at this point, man. I'm very disappointed with the Mavericks and what we had going. Well, give me just a second, man. The lighting is terrible. I hate that. Look at, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was doing over there. I don't know why. I guess I was sitting in all that darkness.
I mean, you were depressed that the Mavericks lost, man.
Yeah. It was, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, they'll get another opportunity. I thought we could get 2 from Portland. That might not be realistic, or a lot of people might not agree with that. But they'll have another opportunity to go out and play them. Maybe it'll be another Clipper situation. But my goodness, man, we got to find a way to close these games out, man. You cannot allow yourself to get up against a good basketball team and think, oh, the game is over. Can't start doing all this number right here, Walter. That's my impression of a Luka Doncic turnover, okay? The unnecessary pass, and I can just turn and do that number there. What do we need this for? That doesn't help us, man. That does not help us. All the scoring and running up and down and smiling and all that, that's all fine and dandy, man. But when the game is on the line, we have got to find a way to close these games out. And you can't have
What about that one right there? What about that one right there?
Listen, we can't use that. You know why we can't use that? Because we've been saying that all year. We all know that Luka needs more help. We get that. We do get that. He's the best player on the team. We understand he can use more help. But even with the help you have, you're up. What are we doing letting them back in the game with silly turnovers, just like foolish shot selection towards the end of the game? Not all on Luka, but I mean just other guys too, just jacking up shots, not playing defense, turning the ball over. It made me sick to my stomach to see Carmelo Anthony dunk a basketball in transition. He was moving so damn slow down that court. I was like, what are we doing? This is a problem.
Melo gets buckets. I don't know why you don't understand that.
Yeah,
Melo
well,
gets
you know what?
buckets.
Yeah, and he was getting buckets put on him all night too.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, his guy Maxi Kleber was giving buckets to him.
Maxi Kleber was giving buckets. I had to check Maxi's numbers here in a little bit. I don't remember that going down.
He didn't miss a shot until the fourth quarter.
Maxi?
Yeah, Maxi didn't miss a shot until the fourth quarter. Now, when he started missing, he was getting open looks or whatever too, man.
Help or no help, you got to win that game. The fourth quarter was abysmal.
Exactly. You had that game won. That game was in the bag. At the end of the third quarter, I was like, and then like middle way through the fourth, I was like, okay, the Mavericks are taking off with this. And then all of a sudden, turnover. You cannot do that and be a good basketball team. You can't be bad basketball teams like that, let alone good basketball teams.
Sorry, I was over here celebrating another win here on my bracket. We looks like I've only lost 2 games today. Hope we can keep this streak alive with tomorrow. Well, Billy, unfortunately I have to show you these highlights, man. You know, I know you don't want to see this, but I got to show you these highlights real quick.
I already know what's going to happen. Give it to the people, man. I already know what's happening here. Give it to the people. Give it to the people. They deserve it.
Oh, man. Maxie missed three threes in a row at the end of the third and fourth quarter.
Yep, wide open looks too. Wide open.
Luka had a nice pass to Tim Hardaway that he kind of missed out on.
Yep.
Luka is there. There's a 3 from Luka right there, getting it going early. And Luka gave you 38 points tonight, Billy.
He did. But I mean, here's the thing, Walter. We're gonna get to a point where we're just gonna walk around and celebrate all the nights. He gives us 30. He's an NBA superstar, not just an all-star, not just a regular guy. He's a superstar. We expect 30 a night, or 30 on a rough night. We expect that.
Well, there's a Maxi 3.
Absolutely. He like I told you, he didn't miss a shot until the fourth quarter.
Oh, CJ McCollum, he's back. He is back. Oh, well, there's a side. Maybe that's what happened to Jalen Brunson's minutes right there. As you see, he turned the ball over right there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Kick doors with 1. Okay.
He played well.
There goes that man. There goes that man who you don't want to give respect to.
Hey, listen. I mean,
Melo gets buckets.
That's fine. You can get but you got to stop somebody at the same time, man. You got to stop somebody.
Well, clearly he didn't need to tonight. Looking at the score, can't stop that man. Can't stop that man. I'm like, get up. Oh no, cannot stop that man. Oh, Wes Iwundu. Okay, Wes Iwundu with a dunk.
Yeah, Iwundu played pretty good. He actually played pretty good defense against Melo when he had him.
He did. Well, he didn't do too well, but he did all right.
I mean, he did. I mean, Melo wasn't out there just scoring on Iwundu like that.
Melo had 18 tonight. So who takes that? Oh, this is where Luka went to school right here. Yeah. Oh man.
How's that him going to school right there? I mean, it looks like Luka had him. There was nothing there deceptive about that. It was a good contest. He just hit a jumper.
Yeah, he took him to school.
Oh,
Luka took him to school. Luka took him to school on the play before though with that up and under.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, this Ennis Canner guy was doing some work down there on KP.
Yeah, he was. Because again, we do not value big men down here. Not big men who can defend. We do not value
it's funny. Oh, there goes that technical on Luka. Luka's very whiny again tonight. Your nephew, what's up with that?
Dude, somebody's gonna
Tim Hardaway with a night. Tim, it ain't Tim's fault they lost tonight. I tell you that.
No, I mean,
it is not Tim's fault.
But see, that's the unfair part about it, because we can't look at the game and say, oh, well, it's not this person's fault because they score points. Sometimes it's not about scoring points. Sometimes it's about making the correct pass, not turning the ball over, being in position.
Tim to do that. Tim was it. They would pass about Tim the ball and get an open shot. It's Maxey 3 right there.
So that's a great question somebody has. What's the deal with Brunson's minutes? I have no idea what they're doing with Jalen Brunson. Maybe somebody will ask Rick that question.
Maybe so. I don't think Jalen Brunson's been having a good. I told you he wasn't having a good week this week.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking here on Facebook, man, and I was talking about Luka's turnovers, and someone brought up the point. They said, well, that he wouldn't turn the ball over a lot if he had a reliable number 2. Now, when we're saying a number 2, are we just talking about a number 2 scorer, number 2 ball handler? Because I thought we had a second ball handler.
Who's second ball handler? No, we deemed him as that.
Okay, so out of all the guys they have on the team, they don't have anybody else in the number ball?
Maxey butt cheeks got tight in the fourth quarter. All right. Okay.
Well, there's some truth to that. Maxey had some wide open looks, Walt. Some wide open looks.
I don't know about his butt cheek.
Yeah, we don't have to examine that aspect. Yeah, but the pressure.
Up. When do we start calling out Donnie and Mark for missing out on free agent signings? Well, Billy's already doing it.
I've been doing this for like a few years now.
Yeah, but Billy's on top of it. He's already doing it. Last solid signing was Vince in 2011.
There might be some truth to that, Walt. There might be some truth to that. As a meaningful guy who actually played some meaningful minutes and did something. I mean, I
thought Vince was 14. They didn't go to because Dirk got hurt after the. No, we had Lamar Odom that following year.
Yeah, I think that was like 13 or 14. We got benched.
Yeah, that was like 13 or 14.
Yeah, 2011 was the championship team. He wasn't there, and he wasn't there that next year either. So.
Yeah, remember because he played that. He hit that shot against San Antonio in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was 2014. He did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Luka. There's Luka Maxey turnover. Here goes Melo trend. That's that transition dunk you were talking about. That you didn't like.
Look how slow he's casually moving now. He was ready to peel off at the 3-point line. They had to force him in.
Well, there's that one man who no matter where he's at, he's gonna shoot that and he's gonna hit it. And it seemed to me in the first half, Dame and Tim Hardaway Jr. having a little shootout with each other.
Yeah,
we got a bunch of number 2. We got a bunch of number 2s on this team.
Yeah, well, your number 2s. They're number 2s just by status. And then
look at the emoji. Look at the emoji at the end. What he's calling number 2s.
Yeah,
they're literally number 2s. They're literally number 2s.
There's some truth to it.
Tim Hardaway. Oh, Tim. Hey, listen, man. Again, I don't blame Tim for this loss. That's one person who I don't blame. Kick doors. He's trying, but it's a little bit too late at this point.
You know, dude. I'm just so irritated. There's so many different people talking and going in. Well, what I'm trying to do here is I'm getting up the box score here. Well, I want to just know what the rebounding margin was because I know what people are going to do tonight. I know what they're going to do, Walt. They're going to come in. The first thing they're going to say is, hey, well, where was KP? KP only gave us 11 points tonight. He only gave us 11. It's his fault. Stop picking low-hanging fruit. Watch the game for what it is. Stop picking low-hanging fruit. Yes, KP played a bad game. He did not play well. The Mavericks didn't do anything to help him either because we refused. We absolutely.
Well, we got to trade him. We got to trade him.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. And then I'll say this too, Walt. I don't know if you saw this in the game, but there was some KP couldn't really stay in the game either because he got in foul trouble. And they were calling bogus offensive fouls on KP, man. Like these smaller guys are just getting underneath them and they're falling.
Going them bold. throwing them bows.
They gotta stop that, man. They gotta stop. Now, yeah, tonight KP probably was the worst Maverick on the floor, man. I mean, he couldn't get into a rhythm. First off, they don't give him the damn ball like I asked them to give him the ball. They do not feed KP the ball. For him to be your second best player and a big, you do not give him the ball. I'm sorry. Because you're so concerned, and it's all good with nephew scoring and stuff like that. But, man, get him the ball. We just talked to Josh Howard last night. And what did Josh Howard tell us? He said when he was on that team with Dirk and those guys, they ran plays for him to get him off early because they knew that they would have an advantage in the game. You know Dirk's going to give you buckets. You know Jet's going to get you buckets. Get him involved. You can't just stand there and look at him. That's not what he's here for. That is so stupid to me.
Well, let's get over here to the box score, Billy. What was that? Don't worry. It's done. It's Donnie will take care of his. Donnie, we trust will fix the team. We done with Johnson. Find me something great. Maybe Levine. Well, Levine is Levine's not happening. Levine ain't happening. That was Moten, and that was Moten with that one.
Well, of course, Moten, you should be ashamed of yourself for that.
Nobody is taking anything from the Mavericks as far as trade wise.
Well, and then here's the deal. We keep talking about Donnie Nelson and all this stuff, man. Donnie watches this team all the time. He sees the deficiencies with the rebounding. Go get me guys who can rebound a basketball. We have got to do this. Why not? I mean,
can we just be honest? This Mavs team is good, but not great. The team is never going to beat the few really good teams in the league in a series. Brooklyn, Lakers, Philly, etc. all smoke us in the playoffs. Our best scenario is winning a series, being competitive in the second round. Let's keep it 100 for a second, please.
Well, I can agree with that, Shane, but here's the problem. You don't know how good of a team you are until you put pieces together. You know that you have a rebounding deficiency. Go get yourself a couple of guys who you know can help clean that glass and clear up the rebounding. Then when we get into the playoffs, we'll look at it and we'll be like, okay, all right, we have this, we have that. Maybe we need to add another scorer here. We need to do this. But right now, you're just trying to sell it to us that, hey, what we have on any given night, we can go out and shoot. Luka's going to give us 35. KP can give us 25, and these other guys will fill in. Well, Wally, it doesn't happen like that every damn game. And the Mavericks lost this game in the fourth quarter while having a lead. Why? Because the two things they played us all year. Defensive rebounding and turnovers. We had the game won. Defensive rebounding, turnovers lost us this game. Dame Lillard even tried to hurt his knee tonight. Everything he could to help us win this game. And we turned around and said, oh, we don't want it. We're generous. Let's get that right back. What are we doing?
You are fired. You are fired up about tonight's game.
I hate losing basketball games that I have won. I hate it. If we were losing the whole game, that's one thing. Walt, we were in complete control of this basketball game in the fourth quarter, and we just turned around and gave it away.
Kristaps Porzingis, 11 points, 8 rebounds tonight. You just talked about that. Tim Hardaway Jr., my guy who I feel that has nothing to do with this loss, 25 points. And he filled it up tonight in a hurry.
Yeah. He shot the ball well tonight. We that's what we want. Good job. Right. I give him credit. I mean, I can't take anything away from him. He shot the ball well tonight. You know, and that's fine. Those things help. And to be honest, THJ didn't do a bad job defensively when he was asked to go out and defend either. He did a pretty good job tonight all the way around.
Well, I would think that if we won this game tonight, we would be giving him the title belt. You would think.
Yeah. But yeah, that didn't work out.
Nephew gave you 38, 9, and 9 tonight, and you were not happy with Nephew's game tonight. What's up with that, man?
No. I'm always down for the 38, 9, and 9. But there's another key stat in there that helps you win and lose games. It actually helps you determine the game. and those are turnovers. I can't have those in the fourth quarter.
Oh, no.
My point guard in the fourth quarter, especially in a close game, you're the best player on the floor. I mean, or at least for our team, you're the best player on the floor. Hell, some people will argue you're the best player on the floor, even better than Dame Lillard. There will be people that argue that. So my thing is, when you're the best player on the floor,
let's not go too far now.
Hey,
let's not get too far.
An argument could be made. An argument could be made.
Let's not go too far.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this: at the top of the year, nobody put Dame Lillard in front of a Luka Doncic. They didn't do that.
There was somebody who did do it.
Well, yeah, that's fine. You're the minority. You know how this thing goes. There's a majority and then the minority. You were the minority.
Dame's shot is more consistent than Luka's is.
Yeah, but that's fine. But you're talking about scoring. There's more to the game than scoring. You got to pass the ball, get over. He's not the passer that Luka is. He's not the rebounder. He's not even the defender Luka is.
That's one defender. Let's not act like Luka's a good defender.
Well, so if Luka's not a good defender, Dame Lillard definitely is not a good defender.
Nobody's a good defender in the NBA anymore. Nobody.
So if we're going to look at it, I mean, there's more to just Dame Lillard has more range and he's more consistent shooting the basketball from range. Yeah, that's fine.
What's the point? That's the point of the game of basketball, scoring points.
But what about the other guys? What about when I need you to assist and get my other guys involved? Because you're not going to go around scoring 50 points a night and winning every night. That's not how it works. You have to get other guys involved.
He gave 6 assists. He's the primary ball. He's the primary scorer though.
Yeah, that's fine, and that's why they don't win, because you have to get other guys involved. That's why.
Well, that's not true. They do. That's not true. They do win. That's why they're number 5 in the West.
Well,
and they missed. And he did this without C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But we're talking about winning big. When has Dame Lillard ever won big?
Plenty of times.
No, I'm talking about winning, like being in the NBA Finals or anything like that. I mean, Luka's only been.
He went to the Western. He went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, and he has a lot of talent on that basketball team with him, right?
Yeah, but he didn't. When he went to the Western Conference Finals, it wasn't nobody but him and C.J. McCollum.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's more than what Luka was dealing with.
Of course they had to play the Golden State Warriors with the super team of KD, Steph, and Clay. So
yeah, I mean, nobody was beating those guys. So I mean, I get
exactly.
I get it. But what I'm saying is, just overall, I mean, you could make the argument. There will be people that will tell you, okay, yeah, you know what, Luka Doncic in a situation like tonight, there'll be people that say Luka Doncic was the best player on the floor, but. He was the best player, but if the roles were reversed, Dame would have went and got that game. Well,
Dame would have closed that out.
Well, I mean, not with those guys he had around him. Not with those guys he had around him. Not Dame. He wouldn't. No, listen.
Oh, Dame himself was getting that game. All you gotta do is give him the ball. He got that Michael Jordan Kobe in him. Give me the ball and get out the way. I'll do the rest.
Well, that's fine. He can score all the points he wants to and all that different stuff, and he can find a couch when it comes playoff time, because that's not how you're going to win in this NBA. You got to get other guys involved. You got to get. I tell you what, if Luka was on that team that Dame has right now, if Luka was on that team, watch that team go straight to the finals. They're going straight there because Luka's going to make sure CJ gets off. He's going to make sure Melo gets off. He's going to make sure, what's his name? Your man Cantor, all those guys that are out there. Dame is not that guy like that, man. Dame is going to score. He's not the assist man. He's not the.
They don't need him to be. They need him to go get these dubs. Okay. That's all they want to do. They want to get these dubs.
When the playoffs start to this year and those Blazers are there and they don't go anywhere, you remember, tell me about all these regular season dubs and all this Dame time and all that. That's cute for the TV. But we're trying to win championships, and we can't do that. We can't do that when Dame time is having to score 50, 55 points a night to win. This is ridiculous. This is not what basketball is. This is not the move. But real quick,
look at you. Now you got Shane. Now you got Shane fired up. Oh, I like this take, Billy. Luka on Portland.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Look,
how about we bring Melo to Dallas? Let's do that.
So defense can get better.
Scoring to go up.
Well, that's not the problem for this team. It's not scoring. It's defense. Is Melo going to rebound for us? That's what we need. We need rebounding. Tell me I can listen. Tell me I can have a freaking well, we already know we're not getting Andre Drummond.
That's not that. He's not a good fit here.
Well, tell me there's a serviceable guy out there who can just defend and rebound. Man, I would love to have me a Eric Dampier reincarnated type situation. Okay,
I don't need that. I don't need that.
Somebody who can clear the glass. Just anybody, please. Dwight Powell's not it. That's my guy. That's not it.
What? Whoa! Look at you turn. Did you just turn? Did you just backstab Dwight Powell in the back right now?
I'm just saying he's not the guy to go out and he'll give me athleticism. He can finish at the rim. But I'm talking about like a dog that when the ball goes up, if there's a rebound to be got, he's going to get it. That's not Dwight Powell. That's not Carlisle Stein. They need to really legit go and get some
Carlisle Stein didn't play tonight.
Right, that's what I know he didn't play tonight. But even when he's playing, we don't.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Shane on this one.
Hey, tell you what, Eric Dampier's a better rebounder than anything you have on that basketball team right now. Anything you have on that basketball team. Hey, can I interest anyone in Evan Eschmeyer? Anybody remember that guy?
Yeah.
When he got in the game, he at least tried to rebound. Yeah, there's the truth to
that. Kick doors. 36 minutes, 4 points tonight, Billy.
Not going to get it.
Not going to get it?
Not going to get it at all. He had an amazing block against Damian Lillard early in the game. I don't know if you saw that, man. He LeBron him. He's on his little LeBron penny to the backboard thing right now. He did that to Dame early in the game. He also did to CJ at one point in the game, too. Forced a couple of turnovers. His job tonight was to get out there and try to defend. And when CJ's going and Dame is going, and then Melo's going, and you don't have enough defenders to try to go around the board on these guys. And even Covington was hitting a couple of shots as well. It's hard. The only defenders you have is Josh, Maxey. Iwundu got out there, gave you a few minutes, but you're missing Finney Smith, and when he's in the game, you're not getting any scoring from that. So I mean, it's like shout out to that guy. He just had a baby and everything too, man. So
man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself what you're doing right now.
I'm just telling you the truth. He's not gonna give me anything scoring wise.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Here's a good quote. What's Ben Wallace up to? There's a good rebounder for you. Want to see what he's doing? Didn't he? I think he just went. Didn't he go in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Or he's nominated to go in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Good damn defensive basketball player, man.
Real question: who can we legitimately add to clean up the glass? Well, one person that I do hear it has been said. I'll do this, Billy. It has been said that the Mavericks have said they're only interested in Andre Drummond if he becomes a free agent. They're not going to trade for him, but they say that if he becomes a free agent, they will pay him to come here.
So what's the alternative though? So you're going to tell us as fans of the Mavericks that we know there's a guy who can really help clean up these issues, but we're not going to trade, but we'll only get him if he comes here in the way that we want. Well, I'll tell you this.
I'll tell you that that's a bad idea. If the Lakers come up in that conversation, because we know what happens there. You ain't choosing LA. You ain't choosing Dallas over LA. This
is what I'm saying. Like, you got to find a way to get you a guy who can come in and get on the glass, man. Rebounding is also a mentality. You got to want the ball, right? And just like we say with defense, you got to want the ball, man. What difference does it make to see Luka out there guarding on the perimeter and he guards you all the way down to the end, forces a tough shot, just like he did with McCollum tonight. And then that last shot, the one that iced the game from Covington. Luka got out there, guarded CJ. CJ did all the dribbling between the legs he wanted to. Luka had him on clamps, had him locked up, forced a tough shot. He missed it. And what happens? Nobody can rebound the ball. Ball gets passed to the corner. Covington open three. Game. You got to rebound the basketball. It doesn't matter what you do offensively. If you're trying to be a good defensive basketball team or a better basketball team, you got to finish the possession by rebounding, securing the ball. We do not do that.
Maxi Kleber gave you 16 tonight. Wes Iwundu gave you 6. Jalen Brunson gave you 9. Dwight Powell gave you 0. And Trey Burke actually gave you 10 points tonight.
Yeah. That's enough to win a basketball game.
Yeah.
As bad as those guys, they gave you some numbers or whatever. Like I said, Maxey didn't miss the shot until the fourth quarter. But Walt, the point is, no matter how many numbers we go over, they had the game won. The game was there for them to have. They just, in the last 5 minutes of the game, they just said, whatever, we'll just continue to just trade blows. We're not going to try to stop anything. We're not going to try to rebound. We'll just trade blows. And then what happens? Dame didn't even really just get hot at the end of the game. He didn't.
Nah, it was CJ McCollum. It was CJ McCollum who hit you with the what's the name?
Yeah, it was CJ McCollum and the turnovers. That's what happened. The Mavericks went in there and turned the ball over like 2 consecutive possessions and let Portland score. And then it's like, okay, now they're getting hype and everything. And it's just like, how do you can't play good basketball teams, Walt? Whether it's the Lakers, the Blazers, whoever you're playing, you cannot play good basketball teams in this league the way it's structured now and turn the ball over and give them opportunities to get back in the game. If you have your foot on their throat, step on it fully. Cut off all circulation. There is no checking on them to make sure you can revive them or make it look a certain way. Maybe you got to go for the kill shot. And the Mavericks, I just get really irritated losing games that we should not lose. And not to a bad team, but when you have a good basketball team like what you had tonight, and you were up and you had them, you had to close it out, and you chose not to. Who made it right there? I can't see it.
Mark says Mavs got too comfortable for me tonight.
That's what happened. That's what happened. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what we can talk Dame Lillard and all those fancy names all we want to. The Mavericks lost this game themselves with stupidity. That's what they did. Apparently, they like that thing.
Let's go over to the other side of the ball, Billy, to where we go to the Portland Trailblazers now. And Enes Kanter had 14 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Covington had 11 and 7.
Okay.
Dame Lillard had 31. Derrick Jones only gave him 3 points tonight, but he gave him 30 minutes. Melo had 18, 3 more than what he had last time he was here. Gary Trent had 7. Rodney, as I like to call him, Rodney where the hood at, had 6. And Nazar Little had 3.
I mean, think about that. You said CJ gave you 32, Dame gave you 31 or whatever. So what? That's 63 points. Melo gave you 18. So that's 81 points. Now, Enes Kanter, I'm sorry, getting offensive boards, that's cool. 14 points? No. That's not it. That's not it. How does he get his points? Down on the block. If you don't have nobody down there, a big man that can defend, especially now a big man that can grab and clear the board where he gets all his offensive rebounds and putbacks, you're going to lose. Same way I said about Zubac the other night. If you let him run and be on the offensive glass, those guys are not supposed to be giving you 15 points a night. I'm sorry. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. But, when all they have to do is catch the ball and dunk, yeah, that's what they're going to do. I thought Derrick Trent Jr. would have a bigger game. I thought Derrick Jones. I thought he would have a much bigger game. Especially
he's just a dunker.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they get up and down running in transition and everything, especially against the Mavericks. I thought he would have a bigger game than what he did. So the game was there for you to win. It was there the whole night. Everybody for the Mavericks, not everybody, but you're missing KP tonight. If KP gives you 20 points, you win the game. Yeah, that's fine. But he didn't. He had a bad night tonight. It is what it is. But that's what's frustrating. We can't just sit here and act like, oh, the Mavericks got beat by 25 and KP didn't show up. Okay, that'd be one thing. But what, you had the game. With KP playing poorly, you had the game. And so it's unfair to me to just turn around and say, oh, well, it's KP's fault. No, that's bullshit, man. We can't do that.
Believe it or not, Dame was held in check, but couldn't stop CJ really in that fourth. Yep.
Facts. That's why I told you, Dame, he got his numbers, but Dame didn't really he didn't go off tonight. I mean, maybe the expectation's so high with Dame too, but he hit a lot of, he hit threes, but they pretty much, he wasn't just doing whatever the hell he wanted to do the way he typically does. But CJ, he got loose. Hart said it during the broadcast. He was like, CJ, that's the guy we can't let get going, and we let him get going early, and he got that rhythm going. So there's your example right there, Walt. Same thing I say we should do with the Mavericks. CJ's their second best guy. You know what? They know Dame can get his at any time. Same situation. Luka can get his at any time. How about we go ahead and get KP going?
The Rick Carlisle press conference is here.
Please,
let's let's see what he has to say.
Start when ready.
We got off to a poor start. I thought, defensively giving up 37 in the first quarter is just too many. Did better in the second. Had a good third in terms of the point differential. And then in the fourth, down the stretch, we weren't able to get the ball in the basket. And they made plays offensively, and they made shots. And so that's where it got away from us. We're going to have to be better on the boards. We're going to have to be better with turnovers. And we're going to have to play better overall.
All right, Callie.
Hey, Rick. What changed from that third quarter to the fourth quarter in terms of maybe what they were doing or what you guys were doing? It just kind of seemed not a stark drop off, but what was the difference, did you think?
I'd have to look at it and give you the exact times. I know we had a 7-point lead at one point, I think midway through the fourth. And then we needed to keep attacking downhill as much as possible. We had some good looks at threes that didn't go in. And they made plays at the other end. And they have great playmaking. They have great skill players. McCollum being back out there, was a big factor in the way he played. And Lillard just had an average night for him with 31 points, but he's a great player too. And they had, their role players stepped up when they needed to. So, we'll look at it. We'll make some adjustments, and we'll get ready for Sunday.
Eddie?
Rick, I know rebounding is always important, but I mean, especially late, the offensive rebounds they got, I mean, you force a miss by McCollum and it ends up with Covington's three-pointer. I mean, how big are those possessions that don't end up being your possessions?
Yeah, it's a big difference maker when you don't come up with those. I don't know exactly how many there were, but there were too many. And, at that point we had gotten in a situation where there was a deficit and we were needing to pitch a shutout. We were doing a good job in getting some good stops defensively, but the inability to clean the boards, was a big problem.
Kevin?
Was there anything in particular tonight, Coach, that they were doing against Porzingis where he was struggling offensively and not able to get into kind of rhythm that he's accustomed to getting into in these games?
Look, he's going to see a switching defense on a lot of nights in those situations. He's got to move. He's got to react. We've got to find him in situations where he can be effective. he got off to a slow start, and we've just got to involve him a little more. And look, this is a situation where I don't want us to be a play calling team. First, I want us to be a team that can play and create problems for the opponent, by playing out of concepts. And, with switching, it adds an added element. Switching is something that's designed to put hesitation into what you're doing, and to stagnate ball movement. And we can't allow those things to happen. And, again, we'll look at it and we'll make adjustments we need to make for Sunday.
All right, we'll finish up by going back to Eddie and then we'll be done.
Going back to Porzingis, it seems like not just tonight, but several teams have tried to get underneath him and attack him that way, not unlike a teams used to do against Dirk back in the day. Is that something that people are doing more aggressively now, or is that something new?
Yeah, I don't think it's anything new. He's seen every defense. I mean, he's been, for the time he's been playing in the league, a guy 7'3" with his skill set is going to see every coverage there is to see. Same thing with Luka. And so, he's seen a lot of things, and he got called for 2 offensive fouls. I want to see those on film and see exactly what's happening there. But he did make some good plays, and we got to put him in a position to make more good plays. I mean, that's as simple as it is. And, we got to rebound the ball better. We got to defend better.
Okay, thanks, Rick.
What do you have to say to that, Billy?
Let me start with this. I have a couple things to say. First and foremost, what the Mavericks did tonight is what I like to call shout out to our girl Julie. I know who she's down for. What they did tonight is what I like to call a choke.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who'd you shut out? I didn't hear you.
Our friend Julie Mitchell.
Oh, Julie.
Mitchell. What they did tonight was very Choklahoma-ish. Okay. This is what they do typically when they're expected to finish something out, close something out. They tend to choke, okay, and lose focus on what's going on, and they end up making a fool of themselves. That's what the Mavericks did. Now, what Rick brought up, well, I just made a comment to Shane about it, and it's the truth. Rick, anybody in that Mavericks locker room tonight knows that they just let this one get away. They did. We can talk all day. We can celebrate names all we want to. This game was won. You have to find a way to rebound the ball better. You have to stop being passive in those final moments. It's like when we get to everything that you did to build the lead and attack, in the final minutes of the game, it's like, okay, we go away from that. It's like final minutes. 5 minutes. Doesn't matter what we did to get to this point. Let's stop doing that. Now let's just put it in Luka's hand, dribble the air out of the ball. Let's jack up a 3 or force him to pass the ball, and there's a turnover. Rebounding, defense, stop turning the ball over. Rebounding, defense, stop turning the ball over. Mavericks win basketball games. It's that simple, Walt. I don't know any other way to break it down. I didn't need Rick Carlisle to tell me that. I sat there and watched it, and that's exactly what they have to do. Rebound, defend, stop turning the ball over.
Let me know, Shane. We can take care of that for you if that's what you want to do.
Shane, don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Well, your nephew had his press conference. Let's hear what he had to say.
Listen, please.
All right, Callie, go ahead.
Hey, Luka, y'all shot really well from 3, I think, through the first 3 quarters, but in the fourth, there was kind of this drop off. What did you see, I guess, differently from their defense or just differently from your guys in terms of how productive you were able to be from deep?
I mean, yeah, we had a great shooting. Everybody shot it great, just not me. But I think against this team, we got to be more. We got to have more points in the paint next game.
Kevin?
Hey, Luka, was there anything that you noticed in particular that they were doing against KP tonight that had him struggling on the offensive end, whether it be creating shots or offensively, the things the defensively that the Portland Trailblazers were doing against Porzingis tonight?
I mean, I don't know, but everybody can have a bad game. Not perfect in life every day. We gotta find him more on the post, and he just gotta get to work on the post.
We'll go back to Callie.
Luka, when you have those couple of behind the back, no look passes, like I think you had one to Tim and one to Maxey, how do you know how to do that? How do you set yourself up for that?
Honestly, I don't know. I think trust my teammate to be on the spot, So it was 50% their job and 50% mine.
Fair enough.
Anybody else have anything for Luka? All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
This is
at
great.
4:30
Thank you guys for
Central
not
Time.
having questions for me.
That's kind of funny. And, while he just does it so effortlessly, he just because he really doesn't want to talk to anybody. So that's what's.
Oh my
funny
God,
about
he does not. He did. Listen, I'm telling you from personal experience from dealing with him in the locker room. He does not like talking to the media.
it. Yeah.
He does not like. Here's another guy who's not too fond of the media. Tim Hardaway.
Damn.
Are we good? We good.
Does anybody have questions for Tim? Yes, Callie, go ahead.
Hey, Tim. I think one play that stood out and has a lot of people talking on social media is that behind the head pass that Luka had to you. I think it was in the second quarter.
Yeah.
How often do you guys go through stuff like that in practice? And what do you think and how do you get ready, for a situation like that in a game for him to do that?
Well, I mean, if you saw throughout the whole entire possession, they were helping off a little bit on me. So I just made sure that I was in a ready position, to ready stance to be able to knock down the shot. So I was shot ready, just in case, the pass came early or if it came late. So and it's not really practice. It's just him knowing where his teammates are out there on the floor and making sure that you're able to be ready to knock the shot down when the pass is given to you.
Eddie?
You kind of expect those numbers out of Damian, but a guy like CJ who's been out for so long and just now coming back, and kind of tough luck that he finally gets back into form against you guys. But how tough is it to deal with him when you've got you have to pay so much attention to Lillard?
That's his running mate. They do a great job of feeding off one another out there on the floor. He does a great job of, playing alongside of Dame and when Dame is out and CJ's in the game, that's his time to go. And it's one of the best duos out there in the league to this day. So just got to go out there, make it tough on both of them. They made some tough shots, a lot of step back threes and contested step back threes, but that's what they do. And you have to do a better job of probably getting the ball out of their hands and trying your best to deny it and make sure they don't get it back.
Do you have anything else for Tim? All right, short.
Well, Billy, basically saying they're almost saying the same thing Rick said.
I mean, they're the players. They're the ones that are out there playing the game. They saw it much closer. They felt it just like we saw it. Now, Walt, I do want to say this. This is something I want to bring up. Why is it that our media here continues to praise, instead of talking about the real issues, we want to talk about, Luka, how did you make that pass behind your back? Who cares? Nobody's going to remember that 2 weeks from now. Nobody's going to care. What about the game? This is the problem that I have with the media and the people that are in place to ask these questions. Like, I could appreciate that pass so much more if we were talking after a Mavericks win. I'd be like, the crossover is always better, Walt, after you drop somebody and you make the shot. Who cares?
Leave Callie alone, man. Leave Callie alone. I think she works for the Mavericks.
Listen, I don't care. It's not just her. She was just a reminder of things. Well, we got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that. We want the team to have success. We're not the Dallas Lucas. We're the Dallas Mavericks. Okay, we'll be the Dallas Mavericks once Luka leaves here. We were the Dallas Mavericks before he got here. Okay, so my thing is we have to start worrying about what we're going to do to win basketball games. We can't sit there and try to, poo-poo a loss and make it seem like it doesn't mean anything by talking about, oh, well, but did you see this great pass? So what? So what? Doesn't matter. We lost the game. We cannot sit here and celebrate something after we've lost. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, this is going to shock you right here because this interview, I don't even know how this happened, but this interview happened. Wes Iwundu is at the podium. Let's see what he had to say here.
All right, and we'll start with Callie. Callie, go ahead.
Hey, Wes. I'm curious from the amount of control you guys showed in the third quarter to the fourth when, it was more of a struggle, obviously. What do you point to as being the difference in, I guess, how you were playing or how your team was playing versus, or maybe it was how Portland was playing?
I think that same level of focus that we had in the third quarter, going into the fourth, kind of was a drop off a little bit. As a team, we got to keep that same mindset, from the start of the game to the finish, no let-offs. Whether that's playing the same way on offense or defense, it's just all about keeping the same mindset.
Eddie?
Wes, how tough is it for you coming in these when you've got guys that are out and all of a sudden you're in the meat of the rotation and that it's been a while since you've been there.
Yeah, man. It's kind of been a story, pretty much since I've been in this league, staying ready, staying professionally ready, man. That's what I do. That's my job. Just sitting back learning, from when the time do come to get on the court, go out there, help my teammates out any way I can. And, just be a good teammate, man. That's what it's all about, in this league, just staying ready, next man up.
All right. Does anybody have anything else for Wes? Okay, thanks, Wes.
All right, thank
He was already ready to get up out of there.
What was the purpose of that? Who?
What do you mean?
Who thought that was a smart idea?
What do you mean?
What was the point of? Why?
Give him some reps.
Need
to give him some reps. Now wait a minute. Now before the interview started, you said get your guys some love.
Oh, I'm saying, but like the questions that they asked, I mean, he came out and told us, yeah, it's about staying ready. Like, what about the game? Like, I don't understand. Like, whatever, man. I'm just going to charge it to the game. It's late. Guys are tired. They're trying to get home.
There
Players
you go.
are trying to get home.
There you go, man. We already been up watching March Madness all day.
Yeah, we have. We've
been watching March Madness all day.
What a disappointment.
Well, Billy, Sunday. We'll be back here Sunday night. What do you got? What do you got for me? What's going to happen Sunday?
Give me a win. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm probably going to disrupt the general consensus of everyone else. Walt, I do not think. I really just feel like on a neutral floor, I feel like the Mavericks and the Blazers are not that far apart. Some people would like the Blazers just because they like Dame. Dame is the more popular name. CJ, Melo, you got all these guys out there, whatever. But I think what Rick brings to you as a coach kind of helps elevate some of the other guys that we have on the team that are not Melo and CJ and stuff like that. So I just think on a neutral playing floor, man, I think if this was a 7-game series, I think it could go 7 games, and it could go either way. I really believe that. I don't look at Portland like, man, they're just far superior to the Mavericks, because they're not. They pretty much play the same style. They play zero defense. They just have a couple of extra guys that can rebound, and they have Dame. We have Luka. Dame, Luka going to cancel each other out. CJ hasn't really been there. KP hasn't really been there. When they both play well, they can cancel each other out. And then, it's your third guy. If you want to call that Melo versus THJ, how does that work? And then just the benches, they're not too far apart from each other, just in terms of the way they played basketball. So I do think the Mavericks will find a way to rebound and get a win on Sunday. I think it's easier to do it when you play a team back to back because you can make quick adjustments, and it ain't like you have to wait a week to go see them. You can come back and take care of that. So I think the Mavericks will get this next one. But they just got to, as we said before, they got to get through this tough stretch, man. We got to get out of this Clippers, Portland. We're almost out of that. And then you got to start stockpiling wins, man. You've got to find a way. They're headed in the right direction. Tough loss tonight, but they're headed in the right direction, Walt. I think they'll be okay. But I got them with a win on Sunday for sure.
Well, I hope you're right because we'll be back here Sunday night. So I'm hoping you called the last one with the Clippers. So let's hope you can call that one.
Yeah, I just seem to get the dates wrong and everything. Well, before we get out of here, man, just real quick, a special shout out to the Mean Green, University of North Texas, man. That's my alma mater. Shout out to the Mean Green. I'm throwing up Longhorns while I'm doing this. I need to stop. But shout out to the Mean Green tonight. Big win against number 4 ranked Purdue. And it was a good story. It was good to see everybody on Facebook and all the Mean Green posts and everything. So we're going to see if we can ride this thing a little bit. I'm not too optimistic about the next matchup, whoever that might be, but it was good to go ahead and get it. First,
yeah, you got Villanova next.
Yeah. Well, there you go. The ride ends there. But
wait a minute, we could be on another upset.
Hey, I mean, listen, I'm all for it. I just, I'm also a realist, and University of North Texas, they'll go out there and they'll play hard. I'll say that, man. But sometimes you're just overmatched skill-wise. And Villanova's not a bad basketball team. You produced the Jalen Brunsons of the world and some of these other guys who have went to the league and done well. So they crank out these NBA level talents pretty consistently. So it's gonna be tough.
1-2 brackets, but yeah, I'll be watching. Me and Billy be watching the game tomorrow. You want to chime in and message us on our social media? We'll be doing some stuff. And the Josh Howard interview is up on our YouTube page, BFB DFW or BFB Mavs. Type that in, and you will find the Josh Howard interview if you missed it last night. But like I said, we'll be back here Sunday. So if we don't see you around, then we'll see you around.